record to the cloud. Boom. All right, welcome to Rockstar Rally, everybody. It's Tuesday night. We're here. So I'm so excited to have you. And look at all these fun faces. I'm scrolling through your faces just in case you're like, what the heck am I doing? Everyone is muted. If you want to talk or chat or share something, please feel free to unmute yourself at any time or use the chat feature. So just like and I'm sorry I'm dark, I'm in my car, but you can handle it. Just like we do every single Rockstar Rally, I need someone, 2 people, to tell me something good. So we know life is full of crap and crappy situations and poopy things, but life is also full of beautiful, wonderful, magical things if you're willing to look for them and if you're willing to see them. And so you are Radiant Rockstar, and we always see the good in every situation. So someone tell me something good. 2 people. Just unmute yourself and go for it. Courtney said she did her first event Saturday. I love events. We talked about this last week. I love events. That's awesome.
Okay, so I'm in my car, so you're not going to be able to see me because we're on the way home from a football game.
I see you, sexy mama.
So, and I have all 4 kids in the car, so if it gets loud, I'm sorry. Anyway, so I'm really excited because some people know I have my big event planned for March, but I've literally I just had an event last week, and then I have one coming up this Saturday, and then I've booked 2 for November, small events. And so I'm just excited because it's like helping me get out of my nervous stage to prepare myself for my really big one that's coming. So that's exciting.
Love, 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 love. Linda has like a really huge event coming up, so she's kind of prepping with smaller events. That's so good. Events are my favorite. One more person, tell me something good. It can be anything, life, business, personal, Scentsy. It can be like, hey, I drank my water goal for the day. Whatever it is, tell me something good. Don't make me call you out, people, because I will do it.
But I'll go. My Courtney, who is super doing amazing. She's about to hit certified. If she hasn't already, I was watching her numbers right before I got on. She's about to get that pay raise. I'm super excited for her.
That's awesome. I think that was Savannah who came out muted, and then whatever happened. But I think she was saying her new recruit is almost certified, and that's so good. I think that's what you said. Okay, so listen, tonight I really have no announcements because you guys are big girls and big boys, and you can read the news tab, right? And you know what's happening. Jelly Belly launched on Monday. Has anyone received a Jelly Belly collection that they ordered? Anyone received one yet? Mine hasn't come in yet, but I just was wondering if anyone has like smelled them in person and kind of what you thought. So I'll give you a quick note before I let our really amazing guest speaker tonight talk. So Andrea Keene, you guys saw me post about her. Andrea Keene is a director in Radiant Rockstar. She's the director for Sensational Bosses. She was our guest speaker last week. She earned in the top 50 trip, and she just went to Victoria, British Columbia with Scentsy, in the top 50 of the company, the world. And basically Heidi and Orville gave them some top secret information, and I'll kind of relay that to you. And basically what they told them is that Jack Skellington and Darth Vader are not the biggest things coming this season. So if that gives you any sort of excitement or indication as to what is about to happen, I hope you're ready. I hope you're on your game. The next 8 weeks are probably going to be like the biggest 8 weeks of the year, full of surprises, big things for sales and recruiting. So I hope you're ready to go legit balls to the wall, because that's what is going to be required to maximize everything you need out of this season, because it's going to be bananas. And like I posted in the group, if you can dream it, like Scensy's probably doing it. So, and those are words from Orville's mouth. Like if you can imagine it, it's probably coming. So just be ready, just be prepared, be excited, be on your game, have all of your customer communication modes ready. Like, don't be playing games with us and be like, I'll get it set up when, or I'm going to create that email campaign when I'm ready, or when. Like, just go for it, because you're going to need to be communicating with your customers about everything that's coming. Kelly said she wants Harry Potter so bad. Girl, you don't even know. Like, I will be died. Like, buy me a coffin, bury me 6 feet under. If Harry Potter comes, like, it's over. It's over. I'm done. So I'll buy it all of it. Yeah. So anyway, tons of really amazing, exciting things coming. So just be ready. Like, it's going to be so good. Tonight, we have the famous Kristen Ingalls. She is a superstar director and my dear friend who I've known for many years. And if you don't know who Kristen Ingalls is, maybe you've been living under a rock, but that's fine. She is a superstar director for Wickless Luster. She's built a group of over 800 consultants, promoted a dozen or more than a dozen directors in her downline. She's been with Scentsy for 5 years, and she reached SSD in 2 years, though, which is like the dopest thing I've ever heard. And she's earned every incentive trip since she joined Scentsy. She's been on, I don't know, like 10 trips now, something crazy. And anyway, she's really cool. And she's had a super, super fire lit under her bum in the last several months in her business. And it's just like exploding and going places and doing amazing things. And so I'm so excited to hear from Kristen tonight. She is just like a freaking boss, And Kristen is one of those people that makes me level up. I'm serious. Like, I always say, surround yourself with people who make you level up. Like, surround yourself with people who challenge you and like make you better and make you want to do better and be better. Like, you should never be the smartest person in the room or the hardest working person in the room or like the most successful person in the room. And like, Kristen is one of those people in my room that like is smarter than me and more successful than me. And like, she makes me level up. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's one of those people for me. So I'm excited to share her with you guys tonight. And I hope you're ready to learn, because she got some dope stuff to share. So let's hear it, babe.
Okay. All right. I just unmuted myself. I was muting myself because my 12-year-old son was in the kitchen and literally would not leave me alone. So I knew that it was just going to be all over the place if I did not unmute myself until right then. So there's that. So hello, everyone. I'm super, super pumped to be here. Forewarning, my Wi-Fi is terrible. I live in the middle of nowhere. So if for some reason I cut out at all, that's why. Hopefully it won't be bad, but occasionally that happens whenever I'm doing something like this. So that's that. Now, thank you, Jen. Also, you're literally out of your mind. I feel like 5 years has gone by really fast, and it never has, honestly, like for 5 years, this doesn't feel like work. It still doesn't feel like work to this day. And I feel like when you're in something that you truly love and that you truly have a passion for, it shouldn't feel like work. Literally, like, I get up to do Scentsy, and to me, it's a blessing. It's not work ever. So I'm just super thankful that I'm here. So like Jen said, I promoted to SSD in 2 years. It was a crazy ride, crazy ride. And then I really was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I finally feel like I'm at a place in my business where I'm starting to really figure it out. And so I'm super happy that I'm on here tonight, because I feel like I finally everything's kind of coming together. And so the first thing I really want to start out with is I want to talk to you guys about the last 8 months of my life. Because things have changed drastically for me, and not only in my personal life, but also in my business. And so I hit SSD in 2 years, and I'm sorry if any of you guys have already heard this from me, but it's something that's like super big in my heart right now, and I just feel like I need to share it. So I hit SSD in 2 years, and then for 3 years, I really maintained my business. I didn't do anything extra. I didn't work really, really hard. I was still getting paid at titles and SSD, but I wasn't doing anything extra. I was still recruiting. I was still selling. I was still doing all those things that, you know, every single month we have to wake up and do again. However, I wasn't doing anything extra. I wasn't pushing myself any harder than I had ever pushed myself before. And what I did was I maintained. My team size was usually right around 120-ish. My group size was always right around maybe 500-600 at the most. And it kind of just stayed there. It plateaued. I maintained. I did not do anything extra. So I work as a full-time nurse. I've worked as a full-time nurse since I started this business. So if you're somebody who has a full-time job and you say you're too busy for this company, too busy to work your business, that's a bunch of BS, to be honest, because I still work a full-time job. I actually am working 60 hours this week instead of the normal 36 that I work. And I'm still, you know, building my business this week. I'm still recruiting. I'm still doing all the things. So, and with that being said, I truly feel like, I'm going to be really honest with you guys, I feel like people who work a full-time job have it easier sometimes than people who work from home who are stay-at-home moms, to be very honest, because you are out meeting people and talking to people every single day of your life. And you have connections that you can make every single day. The busier you are, the better your business can be. You just have to figure out how to maintain it and how to really work it to your advantage, okay? So anywho, working a full-time job, doing all the things all the time. So then 8 months ago, it's actually been about 9 months now, I split from the man that I was with for 11 years, okay? I've been going through divorce now for 9 months. And it took me about 2 months. You know, I needed a couple months to really get myself together. I was in my feels, just not in a good place. And I had been toying with the idea of going back to school as a nurse practitioner or doing something else. And I didn't know if I wanted to really take off with Scentsy or if I wanted to go back to school and try to do something else with my nursing degree. And it was really hard for me because I was like, what do I want to do? I need to make a choice. I don't know what I want. And my best friend, Chloe, you guys know Chloe Cox, she texted me and she said 2 things to me that I will never forget. The first thing she said to me was, you need to make a choice. I don't know what's going on with you. I know you're in all these different things, talking about all these different things that you want to do, but you've got to make a choice, number 1. Number 2, the other thing she said to me, and I think a couple of you have heard me say this before, but whatever. She said, you're not your mother. And that was something that really, really hit close to home for me. A lot of you guys know my mom. I love my mom. She's one of my directors. My mom is very scattered. And for a long time in my business and in my life, I always compared myself to my mom because my business was scattered. I always flew by the seat of my pants. I never had any structure in my business. I never had any systems in place. I was just running and doing. And you guys know how that feels. When you're a busy mom, when you're a busy whatever you are, all of us are busy, you feel like you're just running around. There's no stability. You're just running every single day. You don't have a plan. Your plan is, I'm going to get up and move. But that's not a plan. Get up and move is not a plan. Okay? Yes, it's great to get up and do something for your business every day. But if you have a plan in place, if you have something that you know you're going to do before the week even begins, your business will be 1,000 times better. I promise you. So that day, after I cried a lot, because, you know, sometimes people say things and it hurts your feelings and you get in your feels for a minute, but they say it because they love you and because they know that they need to. I made a choice, and I chose Scentsy. I didn't choose to go back to school. I didn't choose to make $150,000 a year as a nurse practitioner. You know why? Because I want to be at home more with my children. The last thing they need is for a mother to be out of the house more than she already is. They deserve a mom who's there. And with Scentsy, that is possible, guys. It's possible to be at home with your kids. It's possible to do whatever you want to do with your time. But the first thing you have to do is you have to make a choice. And after you make that choice, you have to move. And you can't turn back. You can't turn back to the way your business used to be. You can't. Because once you take a step back, then you take another step back. Then you take another step back. You have to continue to move forward once you make that choice, okay? So I made a choice. And what I did was I got my business organized. That was the biggest thing for me. My office was crazy. Stella, get them. My office was crazy. When I thought about my desk at work as a nurse, my desk is pristine. The way I walk into work, the things that I do when I'm at work, the way I work as a nurse, I do the same thing every single day. I do it in order. I'm crazy about the things I do. If I do something out of place, I feel like my whole day is off. My business was not like that, guys. And I know you probably feel the same way about your business. Is your business like that? Do you work your full-time job and your Scentsy business completely different ways? If it's a business for you, it should be a business for you. If your office is crazy and out of place and not organized, you got to get that in check first, because you can't work effectively or efficiently if your stuff is everywhere. You can't. The other thing that I did was I put systems in place. If you guys do not have systems in place in your business, I would highly recommend doing it. And it's very simple. It's not hard. And you can do whatever systems you want to do. This is a system. This is something very simple. It's the incentive tracker. This is a system. If you have not printed out the incentive tracker and started using it, it's going to be a little bit hard for you to earn the incentive because you're not keeping yourself in check. You're not following up with where you are now, where you want to be, what your goal is, all those things. This is a system. It's simple, but it is a system. There's tons of systems. If you guys did build it big, if you want systems, there's a million different things that you can do, okay? So that's that. Now, that was the biggest thing that I did. I got systems in place in my business. I made a choice, and I chose to move. Now, last month, we actually hit, I think we did hit 900 in our group, and then we dropped a little bit, probably like all of you guys did, which is fine. The other thing that really changed in my business was my PRV. I was the person who always wanted 2K every single month. However, I would hit 1,700 and be like, I mean, it is what it is, whatever. Like, I didn't hit 2,000. And I started to push myself more with my PRV. And annual sales was nothing that I ever really strove for. Like, I always wanted to hit annual mentor, and I normally always did. But annual sales was not something that I ever pushed myself towards. That's something that now I track every single month. I'm like a psycho about. If I don't hit annual sales this year, I'm going to push myself so hard that if I don't hit it, it's going to be by this much. These are things, those are systems. Annual sales, annual mentor, those are systems that you can have in place in your business to keep yourself on track. If you don't have those things printed out, if you're not keeping up with those things, I strongly encourage you. Because if you are striving towards annual mentor and you're striving towards annual sales, you are building your business organically and you don't even realize it. So do that. Use those things, okay? All right, now on to what I was supposed to be talking about. So I am talking about creative ways to work your business during this busy incentive period, during this busy season that we're in right now. Because let's be serious, y'all, it's crazy. And you know, like when you work a full-time job and you're busy with your family and you're busy with your kids and you're doing all these things and you're doing Scentsy, let me tell you the first thing that is the most important thing. And this like gives me chills, makes me want to cry because I'm so bad at it. You have to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you will get burnt out. You will stop working. You will fall into a ditch and nobody's going to see you anymore. Okay? I have people that are there right now. I have directors that are there right now. I message them, check in on them. They don't message me back. You know why? They got burnt out. And that hurts my heart really bad. It makes me feel like maybe I could have done something to help them. But guys, you got to take care of yourself. Number one, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. Those babies, that husband who seems like a baby, all those people, you can't take care of them if you don't take care of yourself. Even if that's you get home from work, you spend an extra 10 minutes in the shower just standing there. I mean, freaking sit on the floor. Put your phone in your bedroom, sit down and watch a 20-minute show. I just watched The Voice for an hour before I came on here because I had been going all day and I had to disconnect before I sat down and wrote these notes to train you guys. I had to disconnect. If I worked for that hour and then came on here and did this, I wouldn't be in a good mindset. I had to take a minute for myself, and it's okay to do that. You've got to take care of yourself, okay? Now, I actually like kind of walked around my office because I was like, how do I work creatively? Let me think about this because I really don't know what I do that's creative. I am just a creative person naturally. Like my brain is creative. I'm just an artsy kind of human. So for me, I'm like, what do I do? So a couple different things I do. I don't know how you guys work your PRV game. I am very big on tote parties. That's something that Jennifer from day one hit me hard with, and I was like, damn, this can work for me. I built my business off of tote parties, y'all. I've done maybe a handful of home parties my entire 5 years, and my PRV has been less than 1,000 one time, 1 month since I joined, okay? I do a ton of tote parties. I theme my tote parties. I make them fun. I make them creative. I do all kinds of different things with them. Right now, I have one out that has a wall fan diffuser inside my tote party. I print these things out, I laminate them, I put them on the front of the tote parties. I make them creative. The more creative they are, the more fun they look, the more people are gonna wanna carry them around. Make them creative, okay? Packaging. I change up my packaging with every single season. So right now, I have different, stuff to put in my bags for my customers. They're all themed, y'all. Oh, I have to tell you this because I'm on this right now. I saw one of my case managers walking down the hall the other day with a counter clean in her hand that was still in the wrapping, not in a bag, not in a customer bag, not anything cute. And I said, where in the hell did you get that counter clean? She said, oh, I bought it from so-and-so. I said, and she handed it to you like that? She said, yeah. I was like, oh, dear God. Don't be that person. Don't be that consultant. Half the reason my customers come back to me is because of my packaging. When you give a customer something that is frilly and cute and has samples in it, I give every single one of my customers a scent circle with their order. I have a thank you card in there. I have something that has my picture with my kids that's thanking them. Those things, it feels like a present. Don't be that person who hands them a counter clean and they walk down the hallway and you're like, where in the hell does she? I saw somebody with one in a grocery bag one day. No, no, no. Be creative. It's exciting. It's kind of tiring. Okay, so like last month, every Friday, I closed a $900 every single Friday. And so when it came in the next week, and I had to unpackage a $900 party and get creative with it, at first I was like, oh, damn. What in the hell? But then as I started doing it, I was like, this is fun. It's fun to give these people this stuff. It's fun to theme your packaging. Theme your packaging. It's cute and it's a tax write-off. The bigger your business gets, the more tax write-offs you need. I promise you. I actually just did my taxes. You need all the tax write-offs. Okay? Specials. You can do whatever special you want, but you cannot publicly say it online. You can text it to your customers. You can do whatever you want. Right now, I have a special going on. This is something creative you can do. Do whatever you want. Make it fun. I have a special right now with all my tote parties. If they get to a qualifying tote party, if they get to 200 in sales, they get a wall fan diffuser on me. I'm using the perpetual party reward to get it half off for them. That's not a hard special to do. It's a brand new product. It gets it in people's hands. $1,000 out of your pocket. It's nothing. Or have them get the pod. I'm having my people get the pod. I mean, if it's a banging party, I'm gonna get the pod for them. Let's be serious. But do whatever you want. Be creative with your specials. People do specials all the time. You just don't know it because they don't post it publicly because we can't. I made a cute little picture for it. I texted a ton of people, and that's how I booked a bunch of tote parties this month. Be creative with it, okay? Incentives, I just talked about this. Instagram, Facebook. If you are not using your Instagram and Facebook stories, you are missing out on a ton of people and a ton of customers, okay? I know that scares some of you guys and you're like, I don't know how to do that. Tanya, I see your face. I can literally see your face right now. You are not fooling me. Don't be afraid. Jump in and start using them. I had 6 recruits last month. Let me tell you the ones who are doing the best. Let me tell you the ones who are already getting certified. The ones who are marketing social media like bosses on their stories. I am telling you, I get PWS orders every single week because of my stories. Use them. Be creative. It's not scary. If you need to watch a tutorial, watch a tutorial. There's a tutorial on everything right now. I mean, even how to cook. I had to watch a tutorial the other day about how to cook rice, y'all. I'm not even kidding. How to cook rice the right way. That's where I'm at in life, okay? So anywho, use your Instagram and Facebook stories. It will help you. Your incentive tracker. For me, I love writing. I am the kind of person who likes to write things down. I like my phone. I would rather just have a house phone and never have a cell phone again in my life, but it is 2019. I don't really have a choice. I like writing things down. I like being creative. It makes me think back to nursing school. I wrote notes in nursing school like a psycho. I would get to a portion on a test and my brain would trigger where I wrote what I wrote down, how I wrote it, what color it was in, and that's how I would know the answer. That's the kind of person that I am. So for me, writing things down, being creative with it, that is what helps me keep going. That's what keeps me motivated. So for me, I write things down. I track things. My planner is the same way. I do week to week. I'm creative with it. That's what helps my brain work better. Be creative with how you work. One of the biggest things someone ever told me, it is so true. If you are doing something in your business and it does not excite you, it will not motivate you. I promise you. You have to do something that works for you and something that makes you happy. If you're doing something with your follow-up system, with your parties, with anything in your business, and it doesn't motivate you, it doesn't excite you, you won't keep doing it. You have to find something that works for you. If you're doing something that everybody else is doing and it's not working for you, you won't keep doing it. You have to find something that works for you and for your lifestyle. And if you can't, keep looking. There's something out there for everybody. If you're the person who's been doing Facebook parties for a year now and they're not working for you, stop. Don't keep doing them. Do something else. If you've been trying to recruit people a certain way for the past year and you've recruited one person over the past year, change the way. I did this a couple of ago. It has helped me tremendously. The way I'm finding new people, I posted this on my team page the other day. I message a ton. Okay, so what I do, look at my Instagram story. And I look to see who's been looking at them. Because, you know, it's like you can see the amount of people that have been looking at your stories. You can see every single person who's been looking. I make a list. I look for the people who are already go-getters in their daily life, okay? Nurses, nurse practitioners, people in medical fields, people who are go-getters. Those are the ones that I'm looking for because I'm not recruiting just to recruit. I'm recruiting for quality and for purpose. I'm looking for people who are self-motivated humans. I make a list of those people. The next thing I do, I message them. I say, listen, number one, do you have a Scentsy lady yet? If you don't, I would love to send you something on me. I send either a catalog or a catalog brochure. I send a scent circle. I send a join pack, everything in the mail. Send a join packet. Have your story printed out. Send a sample. That is how I have been marketing to new people, finding new people. And over the past couple months since I've done that, I've recruited a lot more because you have to find new people. You have to find ways to find new people. If your dream team list gets dry, look for new people. You can't keep going for the same people. Either they're going to join or they're not going to join. Courtney Swim said something to me the other day, and it was so true. She said, Kristen, because I always every month I make a goal for my PRB, and I make a goal for how many people I recruit. She's like, I stopped making a goal for how many people I recruit. And I said, why, Courtney? She said, because we are not in control of how many people we recruit. We are in control of how many join conversations we have. We cannot control if people press the join button. We can't. But we can control what we're doing, how many people we're talking to. And it's so true. So you've got to keep talking to people. You have to find new people, okay? The best way I've seen to do that is really by trying to see who is watching me, who is following me. They're following me for a reason, okay? Hold on, sorry. Beckett, turn that off now and get out of the kitchen. Sorry, y'all. Small mic over here. Okay, another thing to keep yourself motivated during this busy season. If you have a team of you and one other person, you are already a leader, okay? In my eyes, you're a leader even if you don't have a team, because you're a leader in some other aspect of your life. If you have a team at all underneath you, have a team hangout. Do something with these people. For me, every month now, I do team hangouts. I started that about 6 months ago. I used to do it years ago. I fell off the tracker, of course. But then I started doing it 6 months ago. My first month, I had one person. My last month, I had like 15 there, guys. You have to start, okay? Last month, we went to dinner. This month, we're going to do a pumpkin carving thing. Do something with your people that's creative, that's fun. It's going to keep you motivated. Surround yourself with people who are like-minded, people who are fun, people who want to do Scentsy, people who are go-getters. Surround yourself with those good people and be creative with them. There was something I was thinking about earlier. Oh, I posted on my team page earlier too. I'm making these things for Christmas. You know, they're like the little scent circles and they have like the Santa faces and stuff like that on them. That would be a great team hangout because you're making something that you can sell, something that you can give to teachers, things like that. And then you're still communicating with your team and you're having fun with them. So that would even be a good idea. Sampling. Another way that I really connect with new people and find new customers is by doing samples. I bulk sample. People who tell you that sampling is not income producing, it's a lie. You need to get samples in people's hands. Scentsy is a scent company. People need to smell stuff. Sampling for me is very creative. I make all of my labels on Avery. I make them real cute. It takes me 5 minutes. Do not take a lot of time to make them. If you do, you're wasting time. But that's another way that I'm creative in my business with my sampling, all that kind of stuff. And then mail outs. I do mail outs weekly. I think that it's super, super important that you get stuff in the mail to people. If you have not mailed anything out in the last month, I would strongly encourage you to do that. I make sure that I have a budget every single month for the post office because the more stuff I mail out, the better my PRV is every single month. I promise you. If you're sending out samples, your catalogs are doing no good sitting in your office. Get them out. Find people to get them in their hands. Get samples with your catalogs, send them out. It might cost you $1.75 or $2, but if you get a random $75 PWS order, I'm pretty sure that $2 was worth it. Get your stuff out. Don't let it sit in your office. It's doing you no good. So mail outs, host packets, join packets. Those are other things you can be creative with. One thing that you can do that's super simple now, Amazon. You can go on Amazon and create stuff and it's Amazon print, order it, it ships to your house in like 2 days with Amazon Prime. That's another way that you can be creative. You can do it on WordSwag, upload it to Amazon, have it printed out and sent to your house. Okay? That's another way. That's another thing that you can do. And I think that's kind of it. My mouth is very dry. But I think those are the main things. And the other thing I really wanted to say is that, y'all, let's see, about a week ago, I texted Jen and I was like, I promise I'm getting myself together. I switched. I had been on nights for like 6.5 years. And I switched to days about a month ago. And for the first 2 weeks, y'all, it felt like somebody slapped me in the face. I was so tired. I was like, I'm done. I'm exhausted. My body was so out of whack. And I texted Jen. I was like, I promise I'm about to get myself together. You know what she said to me? She said, we are only going to have one October, Kristen. And I was like, you are freaking right. Let's go. Have somebody in your business who keeps you in check. And if you don't have somebody, find them. They're out there. There are people who need you and you need them. Find someone who's going to push you. Someone who's going to be like, hey, what's your PRV? And you're kind of embarrassed because you're like, damn, I don't want to say it. But you got to say it. You have to realize where you are in your business. And you have to claim what you want. But the first thing you got to do is you got to realize where you're at and where you want to be. And then you got to set a goal. Oops. Hold on. Sorry. My computer just did something weird. And I think that's it, Jenny from the block. My mouth is dry.
I love it. So good. Thanks for sharing all your good tips. And so I have one question for you. If for consultants who are very busy and work a full-time job or have kids or just have other life responsibilities outside of Scentsy, which is, raise your hand if that's you, everyone, right? Everyone has other things in their life besides Scentsy. What's your biggest tip for people to like really maximize this busy season, but also like, hey, my life is busy too. Like, how do you find the balance in it, and what should they focus on in order to like make their business work?
Okay, so the biggest thing that I do, Sunday is my day. Sunday is my planning day. Sunday, I cook for the entire week. I don't cook every night. I don't have time. I leave my house at 4:30 in the morning. Don't get home till 8:30 at night. So Sunday, I sit down and I plan my week. I plan my coaching calls. I do at least 6 coaching calls a week, okay? Doesn't matter if I'm busy as crap. I'm going to coach my people no matter what. Because one thing, y'all, that we're missing, one thing that we're really missing in this incentive period, if you have somebody who promotes to certified, to lead, or to star, that is 1,000 points towards this incentive. 1,000 points. Work with your people. It is so easy to jump from certified to lead. It is so easy to jump from lead to star. They just need one person to believe in them, one person to push them. I should have at least 6 of those promote this month. 6. That's 6,000 points because I've been actively working with them, okay? Sorry, I always go off on tangents. So Sunday, I sit down and I plan. I make sure I have my coaching calls scheduled. I make sure I schedule my post for my team page every Sunday. I don't have time to post at 8 o'clock in the morning or noon. However, there's going to be something on my team page. Y'all know if you don't post on your team page, people start to die. Like they don't even know where they go. So you have got to be active on your team page. I schedule my post for my team page. I schedule my post for my VIP page. Sundays. Plan. I sit down with my calendar. I make sure I have my parties out. I have all of my hosts written down for my week. I have at least 4 hosts every single week. It doesn't matter if it's online, home party, tote party. Have 4 ways to earn PRV every single week, and your PRV will be banging every single month. I figured that out last month, and it's the damn truth. Okay? That is another huge thing. Plan. If you are a busy person, if you're a busy mom, worker, whatever you are, dog mom, cow mom, whatever you are, if you are a busy human, you've got to have a day, even if it's an hour, even if it's 20 minutes, you've got to stop, reset, and you have to plan. Because if you don't plan, everything's going to be crazy. And when you do plan, it's crazy because you get to Monday. And you know how Monday is? You get to Monday and you're like, oh shit, it's Monday. And you feel like somebody slapped you in your face and you're not ready. When you sit down on Sunday and you plan, Monday comes and you're like, I'm ready. Anything can come at me. You can hit me in the face. You can get a tote party back that's at 0. Don't care. I got backups. You don't freak out because y'all know when you freak out, I mean, you're done. You're like, I give up. It's the 15th of the month. I don't even care. I'm done for the month. No. So you have to plan. All that.
I love that.
You said you got to plan.
No, I love it. I love that idea of like taking one day, right? To set out your entire week schedule, to get your coaching calls in, make sure your parties are booked. And like, if you don't have parties booked, then that's what you do that day. You know, I love that you have that one day to kind of set everything into motion. And that makes those days when you are so busy and you don't get home until 9 o'clock at night, or your kids have sports, or like you had a really long day at work and like you can't devote 2 hours to working your business that night, but because you planned on Sunday and laid everything out, you can spend 15 minutes working your business that day and accomplish everything you need to get done in 15 or 20 minutes because you set everything into motion already. So I love that.
Like,
I think that's a great
up with a host, like something simple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Love it. I love it. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. Does anyone have any questions for Kristen before we
chat box and see if there's anything?
Yeah, you can use the chat box. You can unmute yourself and ask a question. She's kind of a boss. She has so many, as you can see, she has so many great ideas and so many beautiful things to share.
I'm looking.
So I would really be interested in, because I feel like stalking is a strong word, but you know, it's fine. Kind of stalk your profile of like how you accomplish attraction marketing. And I think it's like very simple and very unique, but like for those of us that maybe it doesn't come as naturally to, like what is the process of like you transitioning that like attraction marketing like into the join combo and like not making it awkward? I feel like I get this question from my team all of the time. How do you not make it awkward, not make it pushy? I feel like so many people follow that typical like direct sales thing.
I think the biggest thing with recruiting, well, number one, Emily, you are probably one of the coolest humans I've ever met in my entire life, by the way. Like when I finally got to sit down and talk to you, I was like, Jen, this girl is amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
So please know that I was like so excited it was you tonight because I didn't even plan. I had my leopard print scrunchie in my hair and I was like, yes.
You're ridiculous. But like, I think, Emily, what you need to realize too is that all of us have something so special that we can market about ourselves. And like, you've got to realize what your niche is. You know, like for me, I am a lot of things, but one of the biggest things I am is that I'm real, like I'm vulnerable. And I don't care if like I've had the worst day of my life. Like, no, I'm not going to share to the extreme on social media. Why? Like people on social media don't know I'm going through divorce. They have no idea, but they know that like I'm raw and that I'm real. And every single one of you has something that you can market through social media marketing. I mean, we're marketing ourselves essentially. And you have to like be you. I mean, and Emily, you're cool as hell. But with that being said, like, with recruiting, I think the biggest thing is that you listen to the people that you're trying to recruit. What do they want? And I think that we get so into what we want that we forget that it's not about us and it's about them. So I think that's the biggest thing, like when you're really trying to recruit somebody and like get them on your team or whatever, is that you're trying to figure out what they want. What in Scentsy is what they want. Do they want family? Do they want money? Do they want friendship? Like this girl that I recruited last month, she's a nurse practitioner. I never in my life thought she would want to join my team, ever. And I didn't recruit her. That was my bad. And then obviously she randomly messaged me, stupid me, but like she wanted it for a completely different reason. So we have to stop making the choice for other people. I think we do that a lot. I think we make the choice for them and it's not our choice, it's theirs. So find out what they want, you know? Is that
Kristen, that sounds so much like your join story.
It's so true.
It literally is the same. I didn't want to ask you and I had made up the decision for you that you would never want to join. And then you messaged me and I was like, what the hell?
Whoops. That's how I feel.
I had that. It really helped.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I get so excited or I want it so bad I like word vom and I'm like, well, that was not it.
Can I hop in real quick? Like,
yes.
Super fast. So everybody's watching you. Like I had no idea what I was like. I know what I'm doing, but I had no idea that everybody was watching me doing what I was doing. And my last 3 recruits literally messaged me. And they're like, what are you doing? I need in on whatever you're doing. Like, I need this ASAP. And it's sharing, basically just sharing my love and, you know, sharing what I'm doing. And that's it. And they're killing it. So that's really all I have to say as I packed up my order.
And you're killing it, woman.
That's like, I'm there. Getting there.
She is about to promote.
Is that Barbara Smith?
Yes.
Yeah.
So good. So good. I love it. Anyone else have any questions for Kristen?
Yeah, I do. I just recently started and I've only had one party so far, and I booked another one, but I don't really know fully what I'm doing, like how to do the Facebook Live exactly right, because I try to like halfway go through the book, and I know that didn't work because I kept rambling and stuff. I am a mom, and I'm currently pregnant right now with my second child. And I'm trying to figure out how to get this all together, because I'm always here because I have to take care of my Alzheimer's mother 24/7 because she's gotten to the point where she can't do things for herself. So I've been trying to figure out how to get this working for me, and I don't exactly know how.
Do you mean you don't know how to get your business like off the ground? Is that what you mean? Because of the way your lifestyle is?
Yeah, I've only made one sale so far, and that was because my cousin bought something.
Did you have a launch party?
Like what do you mean by lunch party? Like show that I got stuff out of my box? Yeah.
No. So when you first join, you have a launch party, meaning that you invite all of your people, so like family, friends, closest people to you, and that's how you launch your business. So you invite them to wherever you want to go. It doesn't have to be your house. It could be a restaurant. It could be a friend's house, wherever you're comfortable. They come, and that's how you launch your business. They order, that's going to be your party because it's the first party. So you get all the host rewards from that party and get stuff to build your business and everything. And that's the best way to launch your business. And then your goal is to try to book parties at your launch party, tote parties, whatever. So you can keep it going.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I just got really confused, and like it's so much that it.
Yeah.
It's a lot at first. It's just like starting a new job. You know how it's like so overwhelming the first few weeks, but then you really get into your groove and you get it. That's where you're gonna get to, Christina, no doubt. And then what I want you to do too is message your sponsor. Okay, whoever your sponsor. Who?
Her mother.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Well, Pam is really good. Pam will totally help you. So message your sponsor.
I know Pam. I used to work with her.
Oh, good. Okay, good. We'll have her help you with your launch party and get rolling, and you guys are gonna have really good success. I know it. And also, super props to, like Emily said, props to you for being on here tonight, being so new. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yes.
Can I just
Any other questions?
No, that's it.
Can I just chime in?
I have a question.
Go for it. Hi, Keela.
Hi. Okay, so Kristen, you talked about theming your tote bags. I'm a creative person as well, but I'm visual, and sometimes I can't wrap my head around like doing like a themed Facebook party or a themed tote bag. Like I can do a themed home party. That's easy for me. Give me an example of a themed tote bag.
Okay, so this is not my idea, but Stacey McDonald actually is doing something this month from like, what is that movie with all the witches? Oh my gosh.
Hocus
Pocus.
She's doing themed tote parties this month with the Hocus Pocus, like with the characters from it.
Oh.
So like one is going to be what I don't know the girls' names because I've only seen that movie like one time. But so she's doing something like that.
Okay.
I do different ones. So like I did some last month where they're just like the normal size tote bags. They have the wall fan diffuser, just the normal stuff in them. But then I also made like smaller ones. And what I did was I made testers of the 10 new scents myself. And I put them in little bags like this big. They were tiny. And they costed me like nothing. Like I got the bags for like $2, made the testers super cheap, put 2 catalogs in there, 10 order forms. and what did I call those? Grab bags. And I sent those out to every person who joined for $15 too, because they had the 10 new scents in them. So you can kind of do whatever you want, you know?
I like it.
I'm trying to think of huh?
I was saying I like it because I was thinking of, and I don't know if anybody else is doing this, but like since most of my customers aren't local to me, I was thinking of doing like a flower fragrance coloring party, but over Zoom, and it'd be like a Harry Potter theme where they color the color of their house, their Hogwarts house or whatever. So I think I could do something like that as far as like a tote bag.
Yeah.
And what Emily put in the comments is she said, like, how cute would it be if you did the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus, the 3 sisters, 1 bag for each of the sisters, and you kind of like had a competition between the 3 hosts, right? So like,
yeah, I love that.
This sister win or this sister win. Now I actually have seen Christina Stainbrook do something like this. So she did like Saved by the Bell theme tote, you know, like theme totes one time, and you could get Zach, or you could get Slater, or you could get whatever, you know what I mean? So like you could take a tote bag, and like this would be Zach's tote bag, and it would just have like, you know, things that were very him, and then like very Slater things, and then all the other characters and Kelly, and you could like pit them against each other kind of thing. So you can take it and run with it. So whether it's like movies or books or characters or whatever you want, and it could be things like, I mean, they could all have the same stuff in it, the same testers, the same catalogs, the same order forms, but maybe you like, you know, you do a little creative write-up, or like you include a bar that you think that character would really be into, right? Or whatever, and like just pit them against each other and like have a battle. You know, I think that's a really cute and super creative way to do that kind of thing.
Yes,
I love it.
I love that. As you were talking about that, it just kind of jumped in my head that I could, it's basically like me doing my scent crates, but for a tote bag.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm thinking of it. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
Love it.
I was just going to say, I don't even want to hear about you not being creative because I saw your Harry Potter scent crate. Like, if I were you, I would take, like, the printouts and put them on, like, bars and be like, you can, like, make pretend of, like, Kelly's favorite cool scent is I'm Snow Over It because she's Snow over how Zach treats her.
Yes, exactly.
So, Snow over AC Slater sitting backwards on those stupid chairs.
I love you, Emily.
So good. So good. I love it. All right. I think we have a ton of really great ideas for tonight. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Thank you, Kristen, for sharing. You're so wonderful and full of beautiful value. I hope you know that and that you feel loved and special. And so tonight I actually had a pre-selected number since I'm in my car. I had a pre-selected number for our prize. My number is 30. So that means that the winner tonight is Savannah. Yay, Savannah, you win a prize. So when I get home, I'll get a prize out to you for sure. So thanks to everyone for coming tonight. I hope that you learned some things and this was worth your time. Looks like all the good feedback in the chat box is that it was super good and valuable and you all learned some stuff. So thank you, Kristen. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Bye.
Goodbye.